Sam, how are you doing?
Doing
Good
well.
to see you.
Absolutely, Nick.
Couple questions.
Sure.
What are your top two predictions for the future of the outdoor hospitality industry?
Oh, I'd say a lot of great information shared here today with Aaron, but I think going back to a couple of different things, this guest experience, number one, is going to rapidly change of how people expect to be engaged at the campground
Sure.
and the
Yeah.
accommodation types that they ultimately have. And I think secondly, it's kind of easy to grab onto it, but AI, but how does that
Yeah.
ultimately affect the guest experience
Yeah.
and how people trip plan and the upsell and the different accommodations and items
Sure.
that they can add on within their cart, making the booking or at the campground, and
Yeah.
be able to create a curated trip, specifically to their persona.
Yeah, cool. What are your key takeaways for today?
Ooh, a lot to learn, a lot to learn,
Yeah.
a lot of great insights. I would say the major component of this is, all the great data that you guys share, just around the industry trends and everything, and making data-driven decisions is critical
Sure.
for any park owner, any business owner. And
Yeah.
obviously the tools now are getting there for us to actually review that and make the decisions.
Yeah,
So,
to make those decisions. And I think what was interesting was the takeaway from the demographic. We're seeing those millennials and Gen Zers come into the industry, and they're now, there's such a big chunk of where that revenue is going to be coming from. So I think that's super interesting. And with, platforms like yours, it's only going to be able to reach that audience a little bit easier.
Sure.
What's the best change that you've seen one of your parks make in the past year?
Yeah, I think a couple of different things is actually approaching, well, one, dynamic pricing, right?
Yeah.
Really adopting, understanding the data, not only of just looking at occupancy rates, but assessing the data around you, the parks that are around you that are charging different rates comparative to what type of resort you have or campground that you have. Ultimately, anyone who's embracing dynamic pricing, and then also the ability to upsell different experiences within the campground, make a significant impact on the overall business, and some pretty significant value creation that can be made.
Exactly. And last one, is there a recent trend amongst some of the guests at these parks that's kind of surprised you or kind of come out of the blue?
Yeah, I don't know if it's surprising, but I think it's changed quite significantly from COVID, whether or not it was caused by that or not. But,
Sure.
the ability to, contactless everything, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's a booking experience, pay prospect, wristbands, RFIDs, all the different things that don't require manual input for the guest, and ultimately is a convenience top line. So.
Yeah, and I think, probably COVID maybe expedited it a little bit. But people seem to enjoy it. The less contact, they can just go on their phone or have those wristbands. I think it's a huge time saver for the park, and it's a convenience factor for the guests.
And you hit the nail on the head, right? Time saver for the park, and then let the guests create their experience, right?
Yeah.
And if you give them the tools to be able to do that, exponential growth is an opportunity.
And if you can enhance that experience, that's what it's all about, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's all I got. Really appreciate it, Sam.
Absolutely, Nick.
Take care.
Appreciate
Good
it.
seeing you.